can see my mouth. Hey! Not good enough. Not good enough. Is that better? A little bit. A little bit better. Let's see. Get it over here. Is that gonna be better? Is that gonna be better? That's better. All right. Let me turn down the heat here. Turn down the heat. What we're doing today, yes, I'm just gonna leave that on there. We're situating this thing here. What I'm gonna do today is we're gonna have a little session called Tea Time. Let me put some background music on here for everybody. Just hit some random thing. It's the vibration of the fifth dimension. We are being censored, says the ad. Come on, man. This conspiracy stuff is enough, you know. I can't take this constant conspiracy analysis of life, man. All right, we'll just play some little soft music in the background. Okay, here's what I gotta say, man. I got a lot of stuff to say, so I got a lot of topics. I'm not gonna worry about this being anything in general. This is just gonna be everything. Tea time. Ginger turmeric tea, I suggest you try it. It's very tasty. You can add honey, but you can just have it just by itself. It's good. So where do we start today? Well, I've realized a bunch of things, and it's, you know, using the word I've realized, I don't know what words to start with all the time, and words are unimportant if you don't understand the meaning. But let's get into this coronavirus thing one more time and realize that we're not going anywhere in this situation. People themselves have to start standing up and saying something. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little difficult because people are afraid to stand up and say something. And why is that? You know, I'm going to go into a couple little aspects that we have here. You know, most people didn't want to have to work all the time, and they don't have to. I still work all the time, and I'm fine with that, whatever. Most people wanted to spend more time with their families. They get it, and it's driving them nuts. You know, you get what you want sometimes. Okay, on the other flip coin of things, there's the government who is not really making any progress except saying, COVID-19, support the cause, you know, stop the spread. There is no spread. You have to realize that that's all just stuff to keep you fed into the system, okay? If they have people in fear and panic, they're not going to make logical decisions, and people are not making logical decisions right now. If you are going to, if anyone, any individual person other than me, you have to stand up and start saying something. You have to go out and do things. Nobody's gonna get you sick. Stop worrying about people getting you sick. It's all just mind games, okay? And I'm not, this isn't the conspiracy part, it's just what's happening. Unfortunately, in reality, in a whole consensus reality in this physical world, we've got some weird shit going on. And it's true. And that's just the way it is. It's weird, but it's beautiful. Look at it in a way where, okay, where were we going to go? Like, we're not going to go any steps backwards. We're not going to go to the old generations and you know, do spiky hair and what new things have we got? We already have, you know, the, you know, body piercings and total tattooage, and you know, we've got people slitting their tongues and looking like animals, and just the craziest, wildest stuff. People are wanting that false, not false, but the world of our imagination is becoming real. People are acting upon those ideas and making them real, but in all ways. Like, what do we don't just have things with cool characters. We have ideas with governmental structures and systems of dictatorship and leadership, which never is really leadership. It's more like we tell you what to do and you shut up. At this point in time, I'm not against anybody. There's people playing their parts. There's people playing their roles in life. And I don't mean to say it like that, but how else can you use, what words can you use to express these things, okay? The government, they're not against us, but they're working, okay? And they're playing their role in this world. Right now, the world is panicking, doesn't know what to do, okay? This coronavirus is just, it started off as one thing, and since it's totally under control. In fact, it was just a sort of a mind game, biological. I'm not gonna get into that, but okay, let's not even worry about all the ins and outs of it. If you worry about the coronavirus, breathe some steam for 20 minutes and you're fine. Start doing some healthy things like exercising and some cardio, and eat healthy once in a while. Drink a little bit more water. Simple things like that. You're going to be fine, okay? So the issue that there may seem to be is that Oh man, see, if I lose my place, forgive me. I'm just going to be as real as possible. Since I don't have anyone that I can sit in front of and talk to, I'm going to act as if this camera is someone that I'm sitting in front of and talking to, because guess what? It is. Because when you watch this, you'll see me, and this is me pouring my heart out to you about what we should be doing as people. It's really not my opinion. I mean, other people have to know that we've got to start doing something for ourselves. We can't depend on the government anymore. This is obvious. It's happening right in front of us. It's happening right in front of us. There's millions of people saying, the government is against us, the government against us, the government. But you know what? The government doesn't even acknowledge any of those things. It's like, act as if it's not there, and what else can you do? Just be like, no comment. You know, this day and age, you know, people used to picket and hold signs and stand out in front of the White House. Nowadays, you complain online, and all they got to do is swipe. Who cares? We're going to postpone opening anything back up because it's convenient, and we haven't really figured out our next step yet. So we're going to let people stay where they are and wonder what's going on. And we're not really going to give any answers. We're just going to keep on COVID-19 idea. People have to realize that's what they're doing on one level. They're doing way more than that. You know, the whole AI and the whole monitoring and the whole privacy stuff. Everyone's voluntarily doing that without knowing it by keep updating your phones and keep getting cool smartwatches because it's cool. Do you really need to wear a Fitbit to tell you that you're in shape or not in shape? If you listen to your body, you don't need anyone or anything to tell you how you feel. That's the problem. You're looking outside for someone to tell you how you should be and how you should feel. Are we allowed to go outside? Are we allowed to go here? Are you going to lift our limitations and our regulations anytime soon? Because if not, we're getting a little angry. And we're just going to tell you how angry we are, and we're still going to listen, because essentially in the end, not in the end, but what is this going to come to? People have to start standing up and doing something. And unfortunately, say a police officer is also a member of this governmental association if you go down the line. Okay, so say you have a police officer in your family and say, you know, I just want to go outside and go do something. And you're not allowed to. You might spread COVID-19, which is just an idea that isn't true. So you go out to do something because you're not harming anyone, going and doing something and living your life. Well, they're still going off of this COVID-19 idea, and you go out and the police officers have to enforce something that isn't anything. So so it's like, I'm not against police. I'm not against government. I'm not against military. I'm not against anybody. But if I say, I love you, and I'm going to live my life, I'm healthy. You don't have to worry about me. Don't tell me that I'm going to be infected by some virus. That's, okay, the people that are enforcing this don't even really fully believe it. They know that people get sick this time of year. They know that, where is it happening right now? The only way they can keep it going is in nursing homes. I'm not putting any of the elderly down too. I love them very much. But they're using that, and people are sick in nursing homes all the time. You have to understand that. So they're just using ideas to keep people fed into it. And the people that are really going along with it are the elderly, the ones who think the world is falling apart. And here it is. It's here. The time is here. Well, stop focusing on that. I love you guys. And the reason that we need to come together as a people and say, hey, well, you can't do this to us anymore. We are not going to be pushed around. This isn't the land of the free. Because freedom is being able to have freedom. You are free to be dumb if you want to be. You are free to, as long as you're not harming other people, go out and enjoy nature. Go out and enjoy the environment. Go out and meet people. But see, we've been causing so many problems like school shootings and I wouldn't say we don't need to go back to what we were doing either. Who wants to go back to work for a company that puts shit in boxes and sends out stuff so that people can have 100 little things in their house that they don't need? Aren't you sick of working a job that really doesn't mean anything? And the reason we do it is to make money, because money is like Monopoly. There is no real value to any of our money. It's not even real anymore. And I'm not saying this is some speculation or some idea, some whatever. It's true. There is no real money. It's just an idea. Powerful people have it. Underneath those powerful people, they have guns, weapons, military, and police officers and law enforcement. They say that this is the law. Well, they can stretch the law and make the law anything they want it to be and say, hey, law enforcement, enforce this law. We're paying you. And if you don't do it, we've got higher up military people that listen to their orders no matter what. They listen to their superiors, and they call them that. You are superior to me. beep, 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 beep. Sorry guys, but you have been brainwashed, and you need to clean your brain by going inside your mind and finding out who the hell you are. You are not some guy to be told what to do by some colonel, some general, some president, some senator, some governor, some anything. I'm sorry to tell you, you have to be your own boss. This is the day and age where we stand up as individuals and as a nation and say, we see what's going on and we aren't stupid. Do you guys need a leader? I, Dan Alexander, I volunteer to be the leader. If they string me out and crucify me, guess what? You may think I'm just saying this, but I've experienced that before. I am that. I am that. And I'm serious. I'm not fucking around with you guys. You know, I understand spirit. This is just a fucking little game that I'm sort of laughing at because people don't understand what's going on. And I don't want to insult anybody and say, are you stupid? Do you see what's happening? Government is a TV show. President Trump, I have nothing against him. But just a couple years ago, he was the asshole on The Apprentice with the funny hair. And now he's the president of the United States of embarrassment? No! Dumb arrogance. If you think we're Americans, it's dumb arrogance. If you think that you're any citizen of any nation and you stand behind your nation against another nation, then you're just playing their game. And you have been since you were born. We all have been. Please wake up because I love you. And you need to understand who you are. Because you are part of me. Because no matter what I do, you're in the world too. So I see you. And I don't want to avoid you and ignore you because you're beautiful and you're magnificent. And we all are. And the people that are screwing us all over right now are magnificent. They have the potential to be, but they're choosing not to be. Now to the next part of this whole thing. We're all alone, maybe not alone, but we're all sort of secluded to not do what we always used to do. But guess what? We always used to do stuff that we were told we had to. You got to go to work, you got to go to school, you got to do these things, you know? And in the meantime, you developed hobbies with the people you work with, hobbies with the people you went to school with, and if you wouldn't have seen them or worked with them, you wouldn't have been blessed with their interactions. So you were blessed with those things. And now that you can't do those things, you're like, hey, I don't like this. I sort of like being able to have the freedom to go where I wanted to go. But you didn't go where you wanted to go. You went where you had to go, and in the meantime, you stopped off at a few places or had a couple free time moments, you know? But you have to realize that's the way it's always been, okay? So now that we have the freedom to do whatever with our spare time at home, you're at home. You're at the safety of your own home. If you're living in the inner city or you're somewhere where you can't go for a walk outside, maybe open a window and sit and breathe some fresh air. If you're in a place that doesn't have fresh air, I don't know what to tell you, and I'm really sorry. But most of us, have the ability to at least get some fresh air. Go outside if you can. Okay, go learn how to meditate. I will help you. Anybody, please start interacting. I should have millions of people talking to me, not because Dan wants popularity, because I want to help you. I don't want anything. I want to get rid of money. Money is an idea that we've all been slaved to, for a long time. This life, the last life, and all the lives before that. And we will be in all the lives to come by chips in our fucking hands or being operated by other people's ideas. You keep putting chips in your body, they start telling you what to do, and you catch a signal and you think you're thinking it, but you don't anymore. Right now, the reason that it seems like this is going wrong, and it seems like that's going wrong, and it's starting to actually show up the way you think it's going to go wrong, and it's happening. Why is this? Because we are all, as a unit of people, humanity is getting smarter. And we're not able to be as duped as we used to be. The only people that can be duped are the ones that are in la la land pretending to they're so distracted. And I would say a lot of the kids are, because they'd rather do that imaginary world stuff than do what we're doing. Like, what are the adults doing? They're all squabbling over some stuff, and they're all, even before this coronavirus, adults were just problem. The government shuts down. Well, what were they doing during all that time? Planning on how they can get control of people. Unfortunately, they've been planning this kind of stuff all along. They think they're doing good for us, and unfortunately, they're not. Okay? What do? Learn how to use your mind. All along, they've been telling you what to do so long in your life that now when you have time, you're like, I don't even know how to think for myself. What do I want to do now that I don't have to get up and go to work? And now that I don't have to do this, pick up the junior at this time and go here at that time, and I'm supposed to go meet the people because every Tuesday we have bowling, and every Wednesday we go here, and every Thursday we get together at the bar. You know, those things can't happen right now, so it's like, what do I do? Well, figure out your own life, figure out who you are, and then when we come back together, we can really unite and put our minds together for a world of peace and love. I mean, that is not a far-fetched idea. In fact, it's that or the other thing. And what do you want, right? It's been in the middle for a long time because there's always been people who loved and cared. There's always been people who tried and strived for good. There's always been people who didn't give a shit and it sort of didn't care if the world fell to hell and thought, it's all going to the dogs, man. The world is just failing. And if you there was the half and half mark. Well, now we're going extreme one way, the Enlightenment crew. We are the enlightened people. Everybody is enlightened. They just don't know it and they don't want to admit it because they're having too much fun playing the game. The game isn't fun that much anymore. And like I said before, it's not just the game, so I hate using that comparison because it's beautiful. It's so cool. Like, above and beyond all that, yes, I've had the spiritual experience. I know that I'm not a body. Like, I've experienced that. I just don't have to, you know, repeat a mantra and be like, I am one with all things. Like, I know what that really means and I can show other people. But they have to be willing to do it. They have to be willing to try. Instead of like, that's so stupid, show me. It's not going to work like that, guys. Do you really want to know what's going on? You know, I'm not going to beg you because it's your choice. The beautiful thing is the world can go to shit. The world can literally blow up for all I truly care because I will go on. I've gotten to the point where I'm conscious of my spirit enough that when my body goes, my consciousness won't. Most people, it's just like when you go to sleep at night and you don't know what goes on during all those hours. Well, I know what goes on during the time my body rests. I know that sounds odd. And what's the point of telling you? Well, it was dark and I was going inside my body and sort of healing myself and letting really non-words do their action, do their work, because I know that how your mind works and I can teach you how. And it takes time so I can have other people who understand how to talk about those parts of the mind and those things that you do that I understand but have never been taught the words for. Like, words are misleading. What's really underneath them is what matters. Like, I know what's going on, but I can't put it into the perfect words yet. And my goal in life is striving to figure out how to do that for you guys, not for me. Because Dan Alexander's life before now means not saying that the people mean nothing, but what I had to do, what I thought my goals in life were, really mean nothing now. My true purpose is to be the servant of God, just like everybody. And when I say God, I mean the greatest part of all things, not any doctrinated thing, not any, even people say the universe and whatever words you want to use, great. Everything, even the blade of grass is God. Like, anything that is represented in your eyeballs that you can look at and see or think about in your mind, that is God. That is the infinite. That is the creator. Whatever word you want to use. And we are blessed to be a combination of all those things. Your body isn't, there's so many magical things going on in your body at all times, even if you're sick and you're still able to look around and breathe and think and talk. And you are so blessed, you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about what you don't have. Right now you're sitting at your house not able to use your own mind because you weren't allowed to. And now that you're allowed to, you're like, shit, what do I think for myself? I gotta go to work because that's my routine. I gotta go to school because that's my routine. Well, if enough time goes by and your routine becomes sitting at home doing this, worrying about the virus, that's all you'll know and that's what you'll be programmed to do. So realize you have to move on with your life, but figure out what you want your life to be and start doing that. Take this time to figure you out. I'm begging you guys, and I'm not really begging, but Dan, that personal side of me really wants you to understand what's happening, and it's because I love you. And you know, I've already proven myself not crazy. I'm so in love with you. I'm crazy in love with everybody and everything. And if that's bad, so sue me. Literally, I will die for this because I can't die. You guys have to really, really try to understand that it's up to us to make the changes. We can't allow anyone else to tell us what to do anymore. If you agree with me, please raise your hand. Don't just give me a thumbs up. Say something. Contact me. 814-651-1510. No fear here. No privacy needed. I want to show you what love really is. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.